Hi, I'm Kyle. I'm just this guy. I'm not a political correspondent, professional lobbyist, or an actor. I don't even have a particular party affiliation. In short, I'm no one special. But the one thing I am is a citizen of Ontario. With this video, I hope to shed some light on the issues revolving the referendum upcoming on October 10th. In it, we'll be asked to choose which election system we want. First past the post or mixed member proportional. So what does all this mumbo jumbo mean? We inherited our current first past the post system from Great Britain. Basically, the way it works is the candidate who receives the most votes in each riding goes on to represent that riding in Parliament. Whichever party nominates the most members in Parliament is usually asked to form the government. In the 17 and 1800s, as an election system, this worked really well for us because we only had two main political parties, the Liberals and the Conservatives. This meant two choices on the ballot. So when it came to an election, the winning candidate would not only receive the most votes, but the majority of votes. This is an important point. More people voted for the winning candidate than against him. Things have changed a lot in Canada since 1758, when the system was first used to elect members of the Nova Scotia legislature. Issues are more complex, and our society is more diverse. We not only have different opinions over how to tackle the various issues we have different opinions as to what the most important issues are. We also now have more than two major political parties, and this is not something our election system was built for. With so many political parties now, it's very rare that the winner in any given riding will get more than 50% of the popular vote. Usually, the winner will get between 30 to 40% of the vote. The other 60 to 70% of the vote might as well never have been cast. In any given riding, the winner does not necessarily get the majority of the votes, just the most votes. This is an important distinction because now more people voted against the winning candidate than voted for him. This is a disparity that's found in pretty much every single riding. Another consequence of the first past the post system is the idea of strategic voting. This has been a growing problem in Canada. What this is members of a party will approach supporters of another party and say, hey, listen, your party doesn't have a chance of winning, so why don't you vote for us instead, so these guys, they don't win. Increasingly, Canadians are asked to vote for the lesser of two evils, rather than the party they really want to vote for. All the problems with this first past the post system can combine, and we can come up with some really funky results. Here are some examples. In the 1993 federal election, the Liberals won a majority government by winning 60% of the seats with only 40% of the votes. The Bloc Québécois became the official opposition, winning 54 seats, representing about 18% of the seats, with only 13% of the popular vote. However, the most ridiculous statistic is what happened to the Conservatives. Having won 16% of the popular vote, having received about 2.2 million votes, the PC party won just 2 seats. 2.2 million voters represented in Parliament by 2 MPs. In contrast, each Liberal MP elected represented about 32,000 votes for the Liberal Party. Quite the disparity. With our current system, it's even possible for the party who received the most votes to lose the election. This has happened at least 3 times in Canada. Twice federally in 1957 and 1979, and once in British Columbia in 1996. In Ontario, remember Bob Rae's NDP winning a majority government in 1990? They did it with 37% of the popular vote. How is 37% a majority? In fact, we have to go all the way back to the 1930s to find an Ontario provincial government elected by the majority of voters. 1930s. Guess what? There were only 2 major political parties back then. So how is this new mixed member proportional system going to fix things? The proposed new system is a hybrid of our current system and something called proportional representation. The basic idea of proportional representation is that the number of seats a party gets should be representative of the number of votes a party gets. Proportional representation is, by the way, the most common voted method found in democracies around the world. The way it would work in Ontario is this. The province will be divided into 90 ridings, and you will elect your MPPs in your local riding pretty much the same way you do now. So you're still going to be directly electing someone to represent you in your riding. However, on your ballot, you will also be asked to vote for a political party. 39 list seats will be reserved and awarded to the parties based on their percentage of the popular vote. If a particular party receives fewer local member seats than their portion of the popular vote should indicate, they will be awarded extra seats to compensate. The end result will be that all political parties should receive more or less the same number of seats as they did percentage of the popular vote. Other countries using a similar system have found that they've had some other benefits. An increased voter turnout. Since every vote counts, even if there's a shoo-in in your riding, or your candidate doesn't even have a chance of winning, every single vote affects the final result of the election. Women and minorities also tend to be better representative. Parties in parliament are more diverse and representative of the population. Are there any downsides? Well, some people might suggest that this is just going to result in more minority governments. Well, while this might be true, it isn't really a problem in New Zealand or anywhere else using the system. Besides, if you don't think your party can work effectively in a coalition, maybe you should think of voting for a different party. Clearly, a vote for MMP on October 10th will result in a better Ontario. I'm voting for MMP because I want my vote to count. Whoever you are, your vote should count too, even if you are no one special, just like me.
Hi, Kyle. It's your mom. I just saw your video and want to let you know that I think you're special. Okay, bye.